Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this is one from a little series where I've been playing with Natalie May Scrapbooking's fantastic collage papers, which I do have some available on my website, and I will post anywhere in the world. Although if you're in Australia, it is probably worth you buying them from Nat. So I'm going to be using this fabulous lady here that's on the right hand side. I cannot remember what that collage paper's called, but there's some really kind of modelly ones, and this is one that's black, and because she's got black clothes on, I wanted a bright, vibrant, bold background, so of course I'm going in with rainbow colours. I haven't gessoed my page. You will find if you don't gesso the pages in these journals that they do behave very differently. They soak up the paint, and you can see if you look at the tangerine that I've used there from Dina Wakley, it is just sort of soaking into the paper. So adding that gesso creates like a barrier. It prepares the paper ready for the things that you're going to throw at it. And it will help the paint just to sit on the surface rather than soak into the paper pulp. So I have used Ruby Tangerine, Lemon Lime, that's Sapphire, and then Iris. And I'm just going in with the background all over my page, not leaving any craft / white space. Won't surprise you, it's not my natural habitat. I can do it, as you know, but not very often. And then this is magenta. So yeah, I've got those stripes of colour just to work on my background. And then because I've got those bold colours and I didn't want them to mess with the image that I'm going to be popping on there, I went in with some Dina White gesso. Now I got a bit carried away and put rather a lot on, and I was like, ooh, I've nearly disappeared my background. So before I stuck it down, I then went in with a baby wipe and just lifted a bit of it off because I'd gone a bit bonkers. But it created that kind of nice sort of shadow effect, really like a sort of a haze rather than that heavy white gesso. So then give that a dry, and then once it is dry, I can stick it in with some matte medium. So you'll notice that I just lifted the page just to check underneath. So one thing that I have to be a little bit mindful of is, are there any transparencies on the page behind, particularly because they don't always like heat and they will buckle, and you can then end up ruining a really nice journal page behind. So just be a little bit careful using a heat tool if you've got transparencies in your journal. So you might notice that I am often using ultra thick gel medium. There is no need to use ultra thick. I literally just use whichever one I grab. Yeah, that's it really. And here I'm just using black gesso just to pull that dress out and extend that image so it's down at the bottom of my page. It's more grounded and she isn't kind of hovering and floating at the bottom of my page. And this way I can make it feel like she belongs there. So once I've got that on there, I'm then just touching up some areas of that magenta. Once I've got that on, then I'm going to start adding some highlights and some more lines of movement onto that dress. So this is a Stabilo all in white. Now, you know, I'm not overthinking this, and I think for me, this is one of the things that I absolutely love about art journaling, is like, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece. I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I want an idea of folds in a dress here. And so I'm adding some highlights and I'm adding some shadows. That is literally all the thinking that's going on. And those lines are going to go in the direction that the fabric would flow on the dress. And that's literally all I'm thinking. So I'm not worried about getting it perfect. And I think, you know, creating that idea of movement is enough. So then I'm doing the same with her hair. I'm just extending some of that hair out onto my page. These are the little techniques. These are the ways that you make pieces feel like they were already on your background. Then I've used a couple of Nat's stencils. I think these are more recent ones, these lovely sort of fractured circles. Actually, I think, is it bubble wrap? I think it might be. A bit of text stamping as well, using some black archival ink. I have a little box on my desk that has lots and lots of different text stamps in, so I generally just grab one, whichever one comes out, I use that one. Then I'm using a Pilot gel pen just to outline some of that stenciling and just having a bit of a doodle, I suppose, and just playing with those shapes on my page. Yeah, just adding a bit more interest to that background layer. Then I'm going in with the lid off a washing liquid bottle, which is great for circles. Look at that, it's perfect. So I'm just adding some white circles onto my page, and then I decided I don't just want one circle, I want a couple of circles. So I'm going in again and just kind of overlapping another one, slightly offset, just to give a bit more interest. And then because there was some white left, adding some white splatters. I'm just covering her face because I don't want to give her the pox, as Dina calls it. So you can see how bold that image is over the top of the bright background. So this is a stamp set from Natalie May as well. She has a couple of alphabet sets. They are fabulous. They come in long strips and you can cut them up, much easier to use. And I've used washi tape to make like a little tab to hold on to them, it's a bit easier. And then I've stamped those onto card, and I'm just going to cut them all out. This was really faffy. As you know, cutting out isn't one of my favourite things to do, but you know, sometimes you've just got to. It's the look that you want. And I wanted to have a play with this stamp set from Natalie because I've recently got it, and I wanted to see how it would look, and I really like it. I love the different kind of style of the letters. So I've written the words sassy and classy, and that's what this kind of lady spoke to me about. So I'm using some Art by Marlene sticky glue to stick these letters in place, and decided I would kind of add them along the top and down the side, and then have a little connecting word in the middle, just to make them make sense, because I couldn't fit them onto my page any other way. So I think also think outside the box when it comes to putting text on your page. You don't have to have it going horizontally. It can, you know, anything goes. There are no rules. Break the rules, in fact. And then I'm using my Posca pen, and I'm just going in and adding some dots onto the word classy, because why not? So just having a bit of fun adding some marks on here. And sometimes it's this part of the process where I really enjoy it, because it's just adding those finishing touches, which bring a bit of pizzazz to your page. Then I've grabbed a Posca pen in a sort of pinky colour, and I'm just doing almost like a drop shadow on those letters, on the classy ones, just to help pop them out from the background a little bit. But this was quite a straightforward page, really, with the paint and the background, bit of stenciling, an image and some words, and that's it. Super easy. Some black splatters, and I think that was this page complete. So don't forget, you can get hold of these collage papers on my website, artjournallove.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.